spiritual leader, look, this missile, they were launching it on the screen, that when you shoot it like this, it goes as one missile and then it splits into a cluster of missiles. And if you shoot it, if the B-2 nuclear bombers, if they begin to take off, 5 of them, one missile can hit 5 of them at the same time on the aircraft carrier. They were looking at a computer screen. On the screen, it showed a very powerful missile being launched and hitting 5 B-2 stealth bombers at the same time. It goes and splits into different missiles, a cluster that you see on your screen today. As soon as the planes took off from the aircraft carrier, they were shot down by this missile. So you see, they were simulating how they would shoot from the aircraft carrier. The prophet of Hashem, I do not know whether this scenario is real or it was a simulation on the computer. And so I told him, can you put this question to the Israeli intelligence? Ask them, tell them the prophet of Hashem is asking, does Israel know that Iran has a missile that when launched, it can hit 5 aircrafts at the same time? It can split into a cluster and hit many targets? That's what I asked him. I told the ambassador, find out from your intelligence services if this is a simulation on the computer. The Lord is showing me something under development, or they already have this missile that when you shoot, it splits into 5. It comes as one missile, and then at the end splits into 5 and hits 5 targets. The second conversation, the key and the attack. That's the second conversation in this dream the Lord showed me, revealed to me, which I was now sharing on phone with the ambassador, Danny Johnstein. And I told him Hashem took his prophet to Iran and showed me the spiritual leader of Iran. He had gathered all the Iranian military commanders. And then he had a key in his hand, a key. And he handed it over to the military commanders, and it was as a command given to them to attack Israel. Again, let me repeat this. I saw, again, the Iranian spiritual leader, Ali Khomeini, the late. I saw him meeting the top Iranian commanders, military commanders, in the underground bunker. And then he had a key in his hand, and he took that key of authority and he gave it to the Iranian military commanders, and he said that was a command for them now. They are now free to attack Israel. He had commanded them now, attack Israel. A key. He gave it to them and said, now I give you this key. Now you can go ahead and attack Israel. The next thing the Lord showed, the Lord Adonai Elohim showed his prophet, is that I saw the missile launchers being directed towards the U.S. military platform on Diego Garcia Island in the Indian Ocean, where the Americans have stationed their stealth Spirit B-2 bombers. When the spiritual leader of Iran handed over the key, 4 missiles were immediately launched towards the island by the Iranian military commanders. The Iranian military. Then I told the ambassador in this conversation, and this is a letter to Netanyahu. This means that Iran is ready to attack the American base in Diego Garcia, and at the same time to attack the nation of Israel. April 8, 2025. After the key was handed over, the next thing the Lord showed me was 4 missiles being launched at the same time. And each of those missiles, when they go, they are single, but they split now to other missiles. What you see on your screen now, the cluster bombs, cluster missiles. Now, again, evidence of nuclear weapons. I wrote this to the Israeli Prime Minister. It seems that Iran has already purchased a nuclear bomb because they recently tested a weapon that caused a 5.4 magnitude earthquake in the desert, the Iranian desert. It is very dangerous that Israel and the United States are saying that Iran does not yet have a nuclear bomb. But Iran is very deceptive and very cunning. That's what I wrote here. And that is true. You can see the way it's treating its neighbors. It's telling the neighbors, we are not bombing you, we want peace, but every day they're bombing them. UAE, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Oman, everywhere, including Iraq. Then I said, even if they have not built a nuclear bomb, they may have bought one. Then caption in red, this is urgent and very urgent. So Israel and the USA should not worry about whether Iran built a bomb or not. The concern should be whether they already have the bomb or not, because they might have bought one. This is part of the conversation we're having in Jerusalem also with the senior leaders. Adonai Elohim showed me that Iran will strike first. At the meeting in Tehran, that meeting where the spiritual leader was underground, where he handed over the key, the missiles were launched. Iran has already declared war because the key has been given to the military commanders. This war will shake the earth, and the earth will never be the same again. Israel cannot remain complacent. This is what I was telling Benjamin Netanyahu. Israel cannot remain complacent and passive in the face of such alarm from Hashem. Adonai Elohim, the holy God of Israel, is sounding the alarm through his prophet, the prophet of Israel, that Israel may take caution and precaution. The conclusion of it is that let Israel and the USA attack and destroy the nuclear facility in Iran without any further negotiations or any further delay. The prophet of Hashem, the prophet of Israel, has blessed His Excellency, the Prime Minister of the State of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, the chosen people, and Jerusalem. And the prophet of Hashem says that he's praying for the peace of Jerusalem. The book of Psalm 122, verses 6 to 8. It is also translated here in Portuguese because it was transmitted to the ambassador. So immediately I finished giving this message to the Israeli ambassador. He left in a hurry. He told Rabbi Laurindo that I must leave now. I have been sent by the prophet of Hashem. I must rush and deliver this message now and now, this letter. So this is the letter I want to share with you people. Everything you see happening on the screen here, very serious. Very, very serious. It looks like with intelligence and all that, the Israeli Prime Minister must have acted on this letter together with the Americans and began the war, plus their intelligence feeds. So this is very serious, very amazing. April 8th, I'd forgotten this. April 8th, that is but I've shared with you many times how I shared with them on the cluster bomb and so forth. April 8th, 2025, a physical letter that I wrote, which was handed over to Benjamin Netanyahu. The Messiah is coming. Thank you.